Life is a journey filled with ups and downs, and the one thing that can truly set us apart is our ability to keep moving forward no matter how difficult the road gets. In every corner of our existence, we are faced with challenges that test our resolve, but it's in these moments of adversity that the strength of our persistence shines the brightest. The power to never give up is not just about enduring, it's about embracing every hurdle as an opportunity for growth. When we decide that quitting is not an option, we are opening ourselves up to new possibilities. Each time we face a setback, we have two choices: we can let it defeat us, or we can rise again, stronger and more determined. It's not always easy, and at times it might feel like the world is pushing against us, but remember, every difficult moment is temporary. It's through these tough times that we discover what we're truly capable of. Think about it, some of the greatest achievements in history were born from the perseverance of individuals who chose not to give up. These people faced failures, doubts, and obstacles that could have easily stopped them in their tracks, yet they continued. They understood that the key to success wasn't about avoiding failure, but about facing it head on and refusing to stay down. As we move forward in life, we need to hold on to that same belief, the belief that no matter what happens, we will keep going. Our strength lies in our ability to push through when everything seems impossible. It's this mindset that transforms ordinary people into extraordinary ones. When you don't give up, you don't just change your own life, you inspire others to do the same. This is the power of persistence. It not only shapes your future, but it also influences everyone around you. And as we embrace this unwavering determination, we begin to see the beauty in the struggle, knowing that each step, no matter how small, is moving us closer to our dreams. Resilience is a quality that each of us possesses, but it's often in the face of adversity that it truly reveals itself. Life doesn't come with guarantees or a smooth, straight path to success. We all face challenges, some big, some small, that knock us down, but it's how we rise after those setbacks that defines who we are. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, but about bouncing back every time life knocks us down. And when you have resilience, you don't let a difficult situation define your outcome. Instead of being broken by setbacks, you use them to build yourself stronger. Life can be tough, and there will be times when everything seems against you. But resilience is the ability to take those moments in stride, to keep your head up, and to continue forward with a sense of purpose and determination. It's easy to give up when things get hard. The natural inclination is to retreat, to seek comfort, to avoid discomfort and difficulty. But true resilience is found in those who choose to confront the discomfort, the challenge, and the fear head on. It's about understanding that every obstacle is an opportunity for growth and every failure is a lesson, and what doesn't work moving you one step closer to success. I think about the times in your own life when you've been tested. When things weren't going as planned, you may have felt like the weight of the world was on your shoulders. Yet what kept you going was your resilience, the deep-rooted belief that you can handle whatever comes your way. With resilience, you don't allow failure to be your final chapter. Instead, it becomes just a page in the book, and you keep writing the next one. People often talk about how life can break you, but the truth is that it's not life that breaks you, it's how you respond to it. If you allow yourself to wallow in defeat, to let challenges define you, then that's where you'll stay. But resilience gives you the strength to rise up, to continue forward with a mindset that says, I'm not done yet. As we build resilience, we become more equipped to face whatever comes our way. With each new challenge, we become more confident in our ability to handle it. Resilience is not something that is built overnight. It's developed through experience, through facing hardships and choosing to continue. And the more we choose to bounce back from adversity, the more we solidify our ability to persevere in the future. Resilience is about embracing the tough times as part of the journey. It's about understanding that challenges are inevitable, but they don't have to be the end of the road. Instead, they can be the beginning of a new chapter. When we think about the pursuit of our dreams and goals, it's easy to get distracted by the idea that success is reserved for those who are naturally gifted or lucky. But in reality, the key to achieving anything significant lies in one simple thing: determination. Determination is the driving force that keeps you moving forward, even when obstacles seem insurmountable. It's what propels you to keep going when everyone else may have already given up. Determination doesn't come from external sources, it comes from within. It's that inner fire that ignites every time you face a challenge. It's the voice that pushes you to keep trying, even when you feel like you've reached your limit. Determination is what separates those who eventually succeed from those who never get started in the first place. It doesn't matter how many times you fall or how many doors are slammed in your face. What matters is that you keep moving forward, driven by the desire to reach your destination. The journey towards success is rarely a straight line. In fact, more often than not, it's full of detours, setbacks, and moments when the road ahead seems unclear. But determination allows you to see beyond the obstacles in front of you. It helps you focus on the long-term goal rather than getting lost in temporary setbacks. When you are determined, every failure becomes a lesson, not a reason to stop. Every hurdle becomes a challenge to overcome, not a sign to quit. I think of the countless people throughout history who have achieved remarkable things, not because they were the most talented or the luckiest, but because they were determined. They didn't quit when things got tough. They didn't let the hard times define them. Instead, they used their determination as a driving force, a source of energy that pushed them to keep going, even when the odds were stacked against them. And it's not just about big world-changing goals. Determination plays a role in every part of our lives, whether it's pursuing a career, building relationships, or learning a new skill. Every time we push through the temptation to quit, every time we choose to keep moving, we are strengthening our determination and creating a path toward success. The beauty of determination is that it doesn't rely on talent alone. You don't need to be the best at something to succeed. You just need the determination to improve and keep working at it. It's not about being perfect. It's about the unwavering commitment to keep going, to give your best even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. When you make determination your foundation, you start to notice something powerful happening. You stop doubting yourself. You stop worrying about the things that could go wrong, and instead you focus on what you can control. With determination, you become unstoppable because you trust in your own ability to face challenges head on and find a way through. So when the path gets difficult, when the obstacles seem too great, remember this determination is your greatest ally. It's the force that can turn dreams into reality, the strength that can keep you moving forward when everything else says to stop. Never underestimate the power of determination. It's the key to turning your aspirations into accomplishments. Doubt and fear are two of the most powerful forces that can hold us back in life. They whisper in our ears, convincing us that we're not good enough, that we'll fail, or that we're not worthy of success. They create barriers in our minds that make even the smallest challenges seem insurmountable. But the truth is, fear and doubt are part of being human. Everyone experiences them, no matter how successful or accomplished they may seem. The difference is not in the presence of doubt and fear, but in how we choose to respond to them. Fear has the ability to paralyze us. It convinces us to retreat into our comfort zones, to avoid taking risks or making bold decisions. It tells us that it's safer to stay where we are than to venture into the unknown. Doubt works in a similar way, making us question our abilities, our worth, and our potential. Together, they create an internal struggle that can stop us from even trying to pursue our dreams. However, this is where we have a choice. When doubt and fear arise, we can choose to let them control us, or we can choose to confront them. The most successful people aren't those who never experience fear or doubt. They're the ones who refuse to let those feelings stop them from moving forward. They understand that fear is not an enemy, but a signal that they are on the edge of growth. It's a sign that they are pushing themselves beyond their comfort zone, and that's where real progress happens. Instead of allowing doubt to hold us back, we can use it as a reminder of the importance of our goals. When we doubt ourselves, it often means that we care deeply about something, that we're striving for something meaningful. Fear and doubt might try to convince us to give up, but they are also opportunities to prove to ourselves just how strong and capable we are. Each time we push through the fear and continue moving forward, we reinforce our belief in ourselves. The truth is, every great accomplishment, whether personal or professional, has been achieved by someone who chose to act despite their fears. Think of the pioneers, the innovators, the athletes, and the leaders who've changed the world. They weren't fearless, but they understood that fear was not a reason to stop. It was simply a challenge to be faced. They knew that doubt was a normal part of the process, not a sign to quit. When you confront your doubts, you begin to realize that most of them are rooted in the unknown. They're based on what ifs. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? But the reality is, we don't know what will happen until we try. By taking action, we begin to break down the walls of fear and doubt, and we discover that what we feared was often much smaller than we imagined. One of the most powerful ways to overcome doubt is to simply take the first step. It doesn't have to be a giant leap. Even the smallest action can create momentum. Each step you take, no matter how insignificant it may seem, brings you closer to your goal. And with each step, the doubt and fear begin to fade, replaced by confidence and a growing belief in your ability to succeed. The key to overcoming doubt and fear is not to avoid them, but to face them head on. When we choose to act despite our doubts, we shift the balance of power in our favor. We take control of our narrative. And instead of fear dictating our actions, we allow our dreams to lead us forward. The next time doubt or fear creeps in, remember that it's simply a signal to keep going, to press forward, and to prove to yourself just how far you can go. Failure is often seen as something to fear, something to avoid at all costs. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we viewed failure not as the end of the road, but as a necessary part of the journey? Failure is not something to run away from. In fact, it's one of the most powerful tools we have for growth. Every time we fail, we are presented with a lesson. We learn what doesn't work, and more importantly, we learn what we need to change to move forward. Take, for example, Thomas Edison, who famously said that he didn't fail 1,000 times, he just found 1,000 ways that didn't work. Imagine if he had given up after the first, second, or even 100th failure. The light bulb and countless other inventions might never have come into existence. Similarly, every successful person you admire today has faced failure. The difference is they didn't let it define them, and they used it as fuel to keep pushing ahead. When we fail, we also have a choice to make. We can either accept it as a permanent defeat or use it as a stepping stone to success. The people who never give up are the ones who understand this deeply. They know that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of courage. It takes real courage to keep going when the odds are stacked against you, when you've tried and failed time and again. But it's this very courage, this refusal to quit, that leads to breakthrough moments. So let's remember that failure doesn't define us. It's not the end of the journey, but rather an invitation to keep going, to try again, and to learn from what didn't work. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Keep pushing, keep growing, and you'll find that success isn't as far away as it may seem. Never let failure be the thing that stops you. Instead, let it be the very thing that drives you forward. Talent is undoubtedly important, but it is persistence that truly separates those who succeed from those who fall short. We often admire the natural abilities of others, but what we don't see is the countless hours they've invested, the setbacks they've faced, and the resilience they've developed along the way. Talent by itself isn't enough to carry you through tough times. It's the determination to keep going. Even when the road gets rough, that makes all the difference. I think about the athletes you admire. Most of them don't just rely on their raw ability, they train tirelessly, often pushing their limits. They embrace the grind, understanding that success is not handed to them, it's earned through persistence. The same goes for anyone striving for greatness, whether in business, art, or any other field. While talent may give you a head start, it's the ongoing commitment to improving, adapting, and persevering that ensures you finish the race. When you persist, you develop something that talent alone can never provide, a work ethic that becomes unshakable. Over time, you begin to outwork the competition, not because you are inherently better, but because you are more willing to keep going when others give up. A consistent effort day after day is what leads to mastery and eventual success. So the next time you feel that doubt creeping in when you think you're not as talented as someone else, remember this: persistence will always outshine talent in the end. Stay committed, put in the work, and you will find that success isn't reserved for the most talented, it's for those who are willing to persist, no matter what. When you never give up, something incredible happens. Not only do you transform your own life, but you also inspire others to follow suit. The power of persistence is contagious. As you continue on your journey, pushing through obstacles, refusing to let setbacks define you, people begin to notice. They see your determination, and without realizing it, they are drawn to you. You become a beacon of hope and motivation for those around you. It's easy to get discouraged when things aren't going well, to feel like you're facing your struggles alone. But in reality, there are people watching your every move, whether it's a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger. They are looking for signs of hope, examples of strength in the face of adversity. And when they see you stand tall, even when everything seems to be falling apart, something shifts in them. They begin to believe that if you can do it, so can they. This is the ripple effect of persistence. It's not just about you achieving your goals. It's about showing others that they can achieve theirs too. The more you keep pushing forward, the more you encourage those around you to do the same. Your resilience becomes their motivation. Your refusal to quit becomes the reason they keep going. As you continue on your path, remember that your persistence is never in vain. Even when it feels like you're fighting your battles alone, understand that by standing firm and never giving up, you are lighting a path for others to follow. Watch them come running, not because of what you've achieved, but because of the example you've set and the courage you've shown. Keep going, and you'll inspire a movement of resilience, one that will ripple out into the world, encouraging others to rise above their own challenges. Consistency is often overlooked, yet it is one of the most powerful forces in shaping success. The truth is, achieving anything worthwhile is not about making grand leaps every once in a while. It's about showing up every single day, no matter how small the progress may seem. We live in a world that often glorifies instant results where people want everything right away. But real growth, real achievement comes from the steady, consistent efforts we put in day after day. Think of a sculptor working on a piece of marble. With every chip of the chisel, the sculpture slowly takes shape. At first, it may not look like much, but with each consistent effort, the piece of art begins to emerge. It's the same with our goals. Every small action, no matter how insignificant it seems at the time, adds up. Over time, all those little efforts compound, and before you know it, you've created something beautiful, something worth admiring. The key here is that consistency doesn't require perfection. It doesn't mean you need to be perfect every time. What it does mean is that you are committed to the process, that you keep showing up, even on days when things aren't going well, when you feel tired or discouraged. Those are the days that matter the most, because that's when consistency is tested. It's easy to show up when everything's going smoothly. It's the days when it feels hardest to push through that really make a difference in the long run. And here's the beauty of it: consistency creates momentum. Once you start showing up regularly, you begin to build a routine, and before you know it, that routine becomes part of your identity. It's no longer about forcing yourself to take action because it becomes second nature. You start to build habits that propel you forward even when motivation wanes. And that's when the real magic happens, when consistency starts to work for you almost without effort. So keep going even when the progress seems slow. Stay consistent and trust that your daily efforts are laying the foundation for something big. It's in the quiet, consistent work that the most lasting results are born. You may not see it right away, but over time, the fruits of your labor will become undeniable. Developing mental toughness is one of the most crucial aspects of never giving up. It's what enables you to face adversity head on, to keep moving forward when every part of you wants to quit. Mental toughness is not something you're born with, it's something you build over time through experience and practice. It's about creating a mindset that refuses to back down, even when the odds are stacked against you. It's about learning how to control your emotions and thoughts rather than letting them control you. The first step in building mental toughness is embracing discomfort. We often shy away from difficult situations, hoping for an easy way out. But true growth comes from pushing through the discomfort, from facing the challenges head on instead of avoiding them. So every time you confront something difficult, every time you force yourself to go through that discomfort, you strengthen your mental resilience. It's like lifting weights. At first it's painful, but with time and consistency, your mind becomes stronger and more capable of handling even bigger challenges. Another critical element of mental toughness is the ability to remain focused on the long-term goal, even when things aren't going as planned. In the heat of the moment, it's easy to get distracted by setbacks or temporary failures, but the people who develop mental toughness are the ones who can look beyond the immediate obstacle and keep their eyes on the bigger picture. They understand that setbacks are just a part of the journey, and that persistence, no matter how many times they fall, is the key to ultimate success. Resilience is also about learning to handle criticism, rejection, and failure. These are inevitable parts of life, but how we react to them determines whether we succeed or not. Instead of letting criticism tear you down, use it as constructive feedback. Instead of letting failure paralyze you, use it as a lesson to do better next time. Mental toughness is about not allowing external circumstance or negative opinions to dictate your actions. It's about knowing that no matter how many times you fall, you have the strength to rise again. Finally, mental toughness is rooted in self-belief. It's about trusting in your abilities and understanding that no challenge is too great for you to overcome. When you believe in yourself, it becomes much easier to face hardships and keep going no matter how tough the journey gets. This belief fuels persistence, and as you continue to push through difficult times, your mental toughness will grow even stronger. The more you work on developing mental toughness, the more capable you'll become of handling anything life throws your way. It may take time, but every step you take in building this inner strength will make you more resilient, more determined, and better equipped to navigate the path ahead. Mental toughness is the foundation that allows you to rise above challenges and to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles. As we come to the end of this conversation about never giving up, it's important to recognize that persistence isn't just a tool to reach a goal, it's a way of life. When you decide that you will never give up, you are creating a foundation that will not only lead you to success, but will also become your legacy. Imagine the impact you'll leave on those around you. Every time you push through, every time you continue despite the challenges, you are setting an example for others to follow. You show them what is possible when you refuse to quit. This isn't just about achieving personal success, it's about inspiring others to do the same. Your persist becomes a model for those who may feel like giving up. It becomes a reminder to your friends, your colleagues, your family, and anyone who witnesses your journey that they too can keep going no matter the obstacles. They might not say it outright, but when they see your dedication, they begin to believe in themselves a little more. And in that way, your perseverance doesn't just change your life, it changes the lives of others too.